process is when we interview these people and we question them about Disney, they get all defensive about it because Disney was their childhood.
Do you think Disney affects someone's childhood a good way or a bad way?
Good way. I used to watch it in the 70s on Sunday night at 7 p.m. The whole family watched it.
I think bad because it's just showing how you have to be like perfect and like look at the princesses, slim waist, makeup always on, and gender roles.
No gender roles. You notice they went outside the box. Jasmine came out of her sheltered thing with the help of Aladdin, and did she not marry out of her class?
With the help of Aladdin. That comes to the rescue.
No. She chose to do that. Second of all, how about when Snow White ran away from her evil mother?
But then she serviced 7 dwarfs, cleaned the house, made food for them. She waited on their return.
Excuse me? That was for room and board. So she actually took care of herself, found a place to live.
Taking care of men.
Well, she'd be taking care of other people if she was a barmaid or a waitress or something else.
And yet they still served.
But she got out of a bad situation without the help of a man.
Ladies, calm down. I don't want any more fighting. We're good. Bye.
I think Disney's good for kids because it affects their creativity positively. It is a very good way for kids to socialize and to be around other kids and to test new things.
Well, I guess in some ways. I mean, like in the past, it's more like of a negative form. Like Cinderella, Snow White. But as of right now, I think
the old Disney is not the best choice to a kid to watch a movie because Disney, in the old times, you know that the girl has to be in danger and the prince has to be the hero. And why not the princess can be the daddy of the girl who saved the world? The new Disney, yes. The new Disney is very more open in that case. Promote the girls can save the world and sometimes the men are bad. I think the old Disney is bad, but the new Disney is good.
Yeah, I think Disney is a positive influence for kids.
Why?
I think their programming is really family friendly, and I know when my kids were younger, if they were going to watch a show on that channel, I didn't worry about it having something inappropriate in it, so I really liked that. I think Disney movies, for the most part, are really good stories, and kids enjoy them, and I think a lot of times the adults that have to go with the kids also enjoy them, which is nice.
In a good way?
Why?
Well, because Disney Channel is something that the kids see all the time, and you got these movies and TV shows that teach you a lesson at the end, and the kids feel like they can do that because they admire those characters and stuff like that. I don't think they promote that, like in Cinderella, when she's forced to clean the house, to be like the maid and stuff like that, because her stepmother forced her to do that, and she didn't like have to become queen to get whatever she wanted. I don't know, because it's like she, at the beginning of the movie, she was like an independent girl. She wasn't like have to depend for nobody. And like in the Beauty and the Beast, when people say that she fell for him and she started to do whatever he wants, maybe it's because she was scared, because a beast is like, I don't know.
I honestly haven't really thought about it before, but thinking about it in the moment, I think the gender role that I do see being promoted is just the idea with their movies that there's going to be a prince that comes along and saves the day and saves them from their mundane life. So I think that's promoted, that somehow there is this happily ever after. And other than that, though, I don't know that, I don't think the regular Disney Channel program on TV programming promotes gender roles. They're just, cute little shows. I would say, though, in a lot of the princess movies, maybe there's a little bit of gender.
I don't think they're promoting gender roles at all. I mean, like in the past, I believe that they're just like following society's norms. Like they weren't promoting anything at all.
Actually, I think Disney put labels on between a man and a woman because the old Disney, well, even sometimes the new Disney does that. A woman has to be the princess that stay close in a tower, waiting for the prince that someday is gonna come, or something. And I think Disney have to get better in that sense because Disney puts labels, says that man has to be the prince and girl has to be the princess. And in the way, I don't think that Disney, the new Disney, well, the Disney of today, puts the labels. The case of Brave, Frozen, that the girls feel free and they can do whatever they want to. So I think the new Disney don't put labels, but the old Disney was very chauvinistic.
I don't think Disney puts labels between men and women. I think that Disney has this charm where everybody could do whatever they want, everybody could be whatever they want, and it is a very good way to like be inclusive to all children. So I don't think they actually put labels or they separate like gender.
So I would say the newer Disney movies do not promote that as much. They do show a lot of really strong, independent women. Probably the older movies like Cinderella have more of the gender roles being shown, but I don't think it's really emphasized anymore. And movies like Frozen, I felt like especially Elsa was a very strong woman. Anna had a little bit of the head over heels thing with the man she first met. But I think some of the newer movies do a better job of having more to the story than when is my prince going to come or when is the man going to show up.
I think in some ways that's right, because Cinderella, Snow White, and Sleeping with Beauty do exist, but the thing is, I don't think that's Disney's problem. That's more of society's problem. I mean, Disney didn't promote anything in any sort of way.
I think Disney is very creative for kids because kids need Disney. I believe that. I believe that Disney is the first movie that we see is a Disney movie. Might be Cinderella, might be Sleeping Beauty, might be Frozen, might be whatever. Kids need Disney, and Disney is a way to socialize to kids because they feel identified with a princess if they're girls, or they feel identified with prince if they're boys. It doesn't matter. They feel with the sidekicks of Disney like Mojo, Rafiki, Simba, and all those characters that are very important.
I believe that in the fact of Disney doing these movies and promoting these movies, I think that they are actually like promoting the union and the romantic scene where there is a man and a woman together. I don't actually believe that there's a label for women having to be forced to be with men. I believe that they're just having a realistic and romantic way of having a couple, a man and a woman.
Based on the hypothesis, we can say for the conclusion that many people answer as we expected, but they have noticed those gender roles and labels that Disney has put in society, but not all of them answer as something that they had put. They answer as something that is the society problem, or maybe they just defend Disney as something good and they don't have it. So I will say that everyone defends Disney as something good, but not all of them say it's completely good and see the problems that Disney have and all the gender roles that they represents and labels they put to the childs. From the functionalist perspective, Disney teach the kids how they need to behave and organize more the society, so then the kids and everyone has something to they can think of as an example of how they need to be. That's help that helps the parents to create their childs. And from the conflict perspective, I think that it's more like the kids part, because they see characters and they want to be those characters, so they try all they can to be the most the more likely those characters. So that will make a conflict between all the kids fighting for be that character and looks like him as much as they can. That's what you see when they are playing. They want to be their favorite characters, or they fight to be the one who does the best things in the movies. And from the symbolic perspective, I think it's more like Disney itself. It's a symbol, and it represents the childhood of many people around the world. Almost all societies and cultures have Disney as an example of what is good and what is bad.